Zaire of last week seemed to be everyone rallied around Jeff and what his message and all that, and it showed up on Sunday. Moving forward, you're not going to have that emotional boost. I guess as a player, how do you build it and make sure that you sustain what you guys brought into the game?
I would just say, coming into this week, it was really just, a shift of a mindset, and just kind of more of a refocus. I wouldn't necessarily say we were riding an energy boost. Obviously Jeff was the leader of that focus. But for us, it's just all the commitments and everything that we said we were going to do is just maintaining that. All the effort and the attention to detail that it took to get back on the winning side of things. We got to just understand that can't ride the highs and lows of the NFL season. They come and go, frequent as every week. So for us, it's just being consistent, sticking to what we know, being who we know we are and making plays.
So it's not emotion, it's execution.
Exactly.
George Bremer.
There, as a captain, how did you respond to Jeff's message of sort of letting the leaders lead the locker room, letting the players kind of take ownership in this season?
It was definitely something that, myself and, other guys, leaders on this team took personally, just in terms of, taking ownership of where our season was going to go. When, the story is written about the 2022 Colts, at the forefront of that story is going to be who are the leaders of that team. So it's just understanding that this is, it's our season, this is our team, this is our story, our chapter to write. In the Colts organization, and we just want to make sure we do our best part to, have a good story, I guess.
Mike Chapman.
So I'm guessing as a D, there's no better feeling than to close the game like you guys did. I mean, is that the position you want to be in? I mean, there've been times this year you've done that. I
mean, no question. As a player, as a ball player, everybody wants the ball to be in their hands. They want to be in that situation, to be able to decide the game. Obviously, once our offense scored early, we're having success. We just understood as a defense it was going to be us to close out. Now, gave up a long drive in the fourth, but shout out to the guys. The special shout out to Gilly once again, of course. Guys made the plays that needed to be made when it had to happen. Bobby O as well. So a lot of great plays, a lot of great performances on that last drive.
Yeah, you mentioned Gilly. What's the mindset of a cornerback when it's one-on-one, it's best versus best, and that's not the first time he's been in that situation this year. Looks like he thrives in it.
I mean, he's the best in the business. He's been the best for a long time. He's a veteran. He's seen greats for years now, almost more than a decade in the league. Obviously knowing when he's playing with, guys in the front end and the back end with him that's going to have his back, I think it just allows him just to play much more freer. And it's Gilly, like I said, even after Washington is nobody I would rather have on the whole planet to be in that position than him. So once again, he always comes through for us.
Does Washington, the game, just show you that sometimes the offense wins, but you've got to rely on your guy when the time comes?
Yes and no. The defender in me is mad at the execution of the whole drive, just like, yeah, it was a tough play. And, Terry made a great catch over Gilly that one time, but I'm just upset about all the different things that led to Gilly being in such a poor position, outside of his control. So, obviously, we got things we got to clean up and get better at defensively. Even yesterday was things that we got to get better at. But as long as we continue to play winning football and just continue to build and get better the next week, that's all that matters.
One last thing. So if Gilly's out there 10 times one-on-one against whomever, he wins 8, 9?
I'm going to go 10, and anytime he loses, I'm surprised. But I'm going to bet the house on him every single time.
The last one here, George Bremer.
What was your angle? You mentioned Bobby Okereke. What was your angle on that play? And did you know right away it was broken up?
But I'll let Bobby tell that story. But I just know me and Bobby were kind of comboing the tight end and the running back. Tight end went inside. I'm playing man-to-man on the running back, so I'm not really seeing. I see the ball thrown, and I just see Bobby make a hell of a play. But, like I told him after the game, I said, after You know, I remember in his rookie year in 19, he had a similar great red zone play against Kansas City, and you know, just a bunch of different other examples he has of making those type of plays in coverage. I'm like, that's who you are now. You know, you put it on tape. You've been that guy so many times. That's just who you are. You're just great in pass defense. So great play by Bobby. You know, super happy for him.